Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman for yielding me the time. Mr. Speaker, when the House shut down in 2013, I happened to be on the floor at midnight, and why at this moment eludes me. But I remember that when the clock struck midnight that I made the comment that the great government of the United States of America was closed. That 16-day exercise took $24 billion out of this economy at a time when we were struggling really to get our economy back on track. That money mostly came from mom-and-pop stores that were in federal buildings or in the national parks. The inconvenience to the federal employees was enormous. They did get paid, but they were worried they could be able to meet their mortgage payments or to meet the college tuition payments. And yet so many people were dispossessed practically, veterans who came to Washington to visit their memorials only to find them closed. And I certainly concur with Mr. Cole. We do not want to see that again. It was foolish then. It would be doubly foolish now. But we are now on the edge of what we're going to do because we couldn't get anything done. I'm obsessed today by what occurred last night on television, and I want to explain it to you because I've said on this floor so many times, mostly during the 54 times we voted to defund health care, that what was going on here was a gigantic hoax. I said just this morning at the Rules Committee that what we do has only a passing resemblance to what we're supposed to do. And I want to make a quote from what was said last night on Fox News by Representative McCarthy, who is the presumptive new Speaker of the House. He said, and I quote, "What you're going to see is a conservative speaker that takes a conservative Congress and puts a strategy to fight and win. And let me give you one example. Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee, a select committee. What are her numbers today? Her numbers are dropping. No one would have known any of that happened had we not fought and made that happen." Sean Hannity responds, "I agree. I'll give you credit for that." I'll tell you what that means, Mr. Speaker. It means that this was used as a hoax. We concerned ourselves with that and now we're going to see another one of these special committees. The Benghazi Committee has already spent $4.5 million on top of all the money that was spent in committees to point out that there was nothing wrong in Benghazi. And once again, I was on the floor of the House and the rule talking about setting up special committees for Benghazi when I got a call from one of the former Navy SEALs' mothers who had died in that awful attack, saying that her son had been a Navy SEAL. He knew his risks. Would we please stop bringing this up over and over again? And we heard basically the same thing from the ambassador's family, who said that he knew the language. He liked to be out with the people. He could not be confined behind a wall. So what are we doing here today? More hoax? More money wasted? Perhaps I told the chairman of Rules this morning that we would be happy to give them the rules of CR. We want a clean CR. We were pleased as all get out when the Senate sent us a clean CR. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to pretend, as part of the CR rule, that we are going to defund Planned Parenthood, which Mr. Cole just pointed out has no money allocated to it directly in the federal budget. So what we're going to defund is, I don't know what, HHS? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. But they're doing this hoax again simply to fool some of the people on their side who obviously know about it, because it's been in every paper and on everybody's lips that I've talked to that we were going to have to probably do that. But putting that on the rule this morning meant that we cannot support it. And perhaps you have the votes to do it by hoaxing people, but I don't know. But we do know that most conservative wing has harangued its leadership enough to add that vote on the bill, even though, as I pointed out, we were very willing to give the votes on our side. Now, the Senate voted the 78 majority votes to keep the House open, Senate open, and Congress moving, but we will not do that because we want to restrict a woman's access to health care. We do it all the time. We've already had 14 votes, did a couple, 3 this week. What in the world is it that makes this majority want to take health care away from people? 54 times to kill health care, 14 times to kill choice, which is constitutionally protected, I must add. So across the country, our constituents must be thoroughly surprised as what really is going on here. A lot of money is getting spent. $24 million a week it takes to run the House of Representatives. And think of the Benghazi committees. If you recall, at both Armed Services and Intelligence, their chairs, Republican chairs, and bless them for it, said there is nothing there. But we find out last night that the whole purpose of all of it was never to do anything except to cause eternal grief to the families of the 4 people who lost their lives and to destroy a presidential candidate. Could the Congress really stoop that low? I certainly hope not. But the facts belie my hope. So we'll be back here in December 11th, actually, where I suspect we'll go through the same thing. Are we going to shut down the government, or are we going to try to do our job? We will do the same thing. We'll have to put some things in to fool some people all the time so that they will think they're voting for something entirely different. Frankly, I'm not going to try to explain why this is happening, because the people that are meant to appease obviously know that we're just appeasing them and it won't last. But it sure is expensive. So I reserve the balance of my time.
Lady reserves the balance of her time. Gentleman from Oklahoma.